In this video, we are going to be focusing on the relationship between the individual bones, making sure everything is connected together correctly. So, for example, if we went into pose mode, what we want with our master control bone is to select it, grab it, and move our entire armature. That is not the case here. So we need to adjust the relationships between these bones to fix that. The first thing we're going to do is select the shoulder bone, hold shift and select the chest bone, hit Control and P and keep offset. If you go connected, it's going to connect the two bones together, which is not what we're looking for. To correct this, go to Make Parent, Parent Type, and change from connected to keep offset. Next, select the upper leg.R bone, then hold shift and select your lower back bone. Do not select the control bone here. Hit Control and P and then select keep offset. At this point, you now have the leg bones and the arm bones connected in some way to our central bones here. Now we need to take our control bones and IK bones, parenting the IK bones, also known as the pole targets, to those control bones. So select your knee IK.R, then shift select your leg control.R, hit Control and P and keep offset. Then select your elbow IK.R and then hold shift and select your hand control.R bone. Make sure it's the hand control.R and hit Control and P and select keep offset. Finally, we're going to select our 3 control bones and parent them to the master control bone. So, select the hand control bone, make sure it's selected. Then hold down the shift key and select the foot control bone or the leg control bone. Then finally select the hip control bone. Make sure in the properties panel that the correct control bones are selected. Then finally select your master control bone here, hit Control and P and select keep offset. At this point we should get a lot of these lines appear. If we go into pose mode and select our master control bone and then hit G to grab, you will now see that we are able to move all of the bones in our armature. If we select our leg control bone, you can now see that we should be able to move our IK bone. If you select the hand control bone, you should be able to move the pole target as well. And finally, the hip control bone should allow you to move pretty much everything except for the IK bones. The last thing that we are going to do in this video is go into edit mode, and then we're going to select any of the bones that are on the outside, and we're going to, in the bone properties tab, come down to where it says the form and uncheck this box. So uncheck the form for the IK bones or the pole targets. Do the same with the control bones, making sure that the control bone is selected for the hand, and then for the master control bone here. And finally select our hip control bone here and untick the form. In the next video, we're going to be using inverse kinematics to finally get the behavior that we want for our rig in terms of its available range of motion.